everybody. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie, and I am going to talk about total carbs versus net carbs because it's a question I get asked often. If you are brand new here, post new below. If you are looking for recipes, a book club, if you're looking for how to get started, just some guidance and all of that, KetoMomSecrets.com. It's our blog, it's our website, and you can hop on there and you can grab trial packs of ketones. You can go through the book club that we have. So much there. So KetoMomSecrets.com. If you're new, post new below. As you're tuning in, it is currently Wednesday. I have to think about that often because I stay at home with our 4 girls. I homeschool our 4 girls. I work from home, and I often forget what day it is. So where are you tuning in from? I've got 2 things I want to share. Yesterday, I did a live on 5 tips to lose weight. So if you didn't see it and you want 5 tips to help you lose weight and you need help, hey, hello, Debbie, who says she is new. Welcome. Although your name looks super familiar, so maybe I love it. Welcome. I was like, I feel like I've seen you before. Okay. How many of you have said like you're going to do keto? And then all of a sudden you've got to pay attention to these carbs and you're like, what in the world? What is this? Some people say they do net carbs. Some people say they do total carbs. And so here's a really quick understanding of what that means. I'm going to show you with a bag of, you could say keto cereal, right? Keto friendly cereal. So I want you to understand something. When somebody says they're doing keto, keto can mean a variety of things. Keto could mean low carb. Some people say dirty keto, clean keto, low carb, whatever they want to say. And when somebody says they do keto to me, I have to say, like, are you tracking your food or are you just making the best decisions possible, right? Because it's different. Somebody that is strict keto. So for example, Debbie, brand new, says she's been keto on the ketogenic diet for 8 months and has hit a plateau. So, and I'll talk about that in a second, but what I want people to understand is keto, to me, if you're doing true keto, you're tracking your food, you're making sure you're in ketosis, right? Like you're tracking your food because you don't just fall into ketosis. The goal when somebody wants to do the keto diet is they want to be in ketosis. That means your body is creating ketones. That means that ketones are replacing like the sugar and carbs. So your body's running off of ketones. Ketones are a fuel source. Your body can make them. And Debbie might not know this because she's new, I drink them. You don't have to, but you can make them and you can drink them, right? So when you're doing that, ketones are a long sustained energy. They help you with your energy, your focus. Ketones turn on your brain. They help you not eat as much. They help you function, right? You know how like you've got carbs, like macros, you've got carbs and proteins and fats and ketones if you choose to make them or drink them. You have to understand that if you deplete your body from a majority of carbs, there's carbs in most things, but your body will start functioning off of ketones and you feel amazing. And Debbie, there's different ways that you can grab them. So we can talk about that. Anyways, so what's so great is oftentimes people will go, okay, I want to do keto. Do I do net carbs or total carbs? And here's what I have to tell you. Everybody's bodies are different. People's bodies respond differently. So if you're a woman, your body will respond differently to different diets and different foods compared to even your husband, right? Or your best friend or your coworker or your neighbor. You know, oftentimes when married couples start this and then a woman's like, I'm so frustrated because my husband's lost 20 pounds and I'm still teetering over 3, right? We have hormones. We've got different things and women's bodies respond differently to dairy. It's just different. So in any diet that you're choosing, you've got to understand and pay attention to your body and how your body responds to food. Now, I will have people that say things like, okay, so example, if you do have questions, post below. So I see some of you asking questions and I'll send you a message as soon as we're done. So if you do have somebody that says like, hey, I'm doing keto, but I'm doing total carbs, right? Some people can eat more keto snacks. Some people can eat something like this keto friendly cereal and maybe eat some different, eat higher carbs, but still fall within a certain range and their body will make ketones. Some people, Their bodies are so sensitive that if they eat a keto snack, it might knock them out of ketosis, which is why you pay attention to that. And some of you are like, I'm just low carb. I take the buns off the burgers. I take the croutons off the salad. I grab a lettuce wrap. I drink water. I drop the sugar. Perfect. That's great. But here's what I want you to understand. A net carb and a total carb. Here's all it is. Take the back of something, right? And here's a couple things to be aware of. Oftentimes, if you don't pay attention to the serving size, there are keto snacks out there that it looks like one, like it'll be prepackaged. It might be like a keto cupcake or keto cookie or keto brownie. And if you look on the back, it'll say 2 servings, right? They trick you with those sometimes. So pay attention to the servings. Pay attention to the serving size. So a half a cup. So 1/2 cup has, if you look at it, it'll say total carbs, 14 carbs. That's a total carb, right? But if you want to understand total carbs, you just look at this and go, okay, a half a cup is 14 total carbs. If I want to subtract and I actually want to understand how this works, I'm going to look at the fiber and I'm going to subtract 9, which gives us 5, right? You can subtract fiber and you can subtract sugar alcohol, and that, because what they'll say is it doesn't raise your insulin. So it's totally fine. Some people are a little bit more sensitive, so just hear me on that. But in general, you can take a total carb and you can subtract fiber and sugar alcohol. It would be stevia or allulose or erythritol or whatever they're using, right? And it gives you 5 net carbs, which means if you want to do low carb or keto and you want to do net carbs, you subtract fiber, sugar, alcohol, and you go, okay, I ate this for a snack. That's 5 of my carbs for the day. If your goal is strict keto, you're about 20 carbs or under. Again, everybody's different, but you're tracking your food. You're checking to see if you're in ketosis. All that means is some people do total, some people do net. Some people's bodies are sensitive and they have to stick to total carbs. Some people can do net carbs and can have more keto treats. Does that make sense? Net carbs, total carbs. Net carbs, all you do is subtract fiber and sugar alcohol and you've got 5. So you could say this has 5 net carbs. That's it. So that should help you with your confusion on that. For those of you who are looking to lose weight, I gave you 5 tips yesterday, and here's something that we're going to start. Are you guys ready? We have for years. So if you are brand new, again, like Debbie's new, and typically if somebody okay, so that's a good question. If somebody's a beginner and you're aiming for a certain amount of carbs a day, right? Again, are you going to track your food or not track your food? If you just want to calculate it in your head, if you're just trying to choose better food, stick to proteins, veggies, and salads. If you want to calculate it and you want to do low carb, some people would say stick anywhere from 40 to 60 carbs a day. It's considered low carb. If you were to actually calculate how many carbs you ate in a day prior to making this decision to eat better, you'd be shocked at how many carbs you eat. It adds up very quickly. Here's what I tell people if you don't want to actually track your food. Take the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad, drop the sugar, proteins, veggies, and salads. Eat when you're hungry, not when you're bored, right? Women, especially if you find yourself snacking and eating a lot of dairy and heavy cream, it might make you feel bloated. So if you're like, I am bloated and it's not going well, it's because you're eating a lot of dairy. If you've hit a plateau and if you've been doing great, ask yourself, have I let some things sneak in? Should I intermittent fast? Am I eating a lot of like keto labeled snacks, like pre-processed snacks, or are you eating a lot of dairy? You might want to do a different type of fast to help get past that plateau. So there's different things that you can do. Debbie, if you've got questions, I can send you a message more about that. When I started this page over 9 years ago, I only shared recipes and I only shared with what I felt like, hey, this is what our family's doing. You guys, I have 4 girls and a husband that wanted to lose weight. So I just thought I would start the page to help connect with families that want to start eating better. Well, what I realized is most people know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. The trip up is this, their mindset. So what I've done over the last 3 to 4 years has incorporated mindset and helping you understand, like, do you believe that you can do it? How are you starting your day? How do you look at yourself? Like, what are the thoughts that are going through your mind? Are they negative? Are they positive? Are you thankful for anything, or is your life a constant revolving door of I have to, right? I have to. So something that I haven't done in probably I don't think I've done a book on this page in months. And for 2 years, I would go through books and I would go through a chapter a day or, a chapter every couple days. And I would just give you the highlights. And I'd choose a book that I think is going to help a majority of you. I have a new book. It just came in the mail. So I have gone through, I want to say probably, let's say 30 books on the page. And if there's a book that you want to go through, you could go to ketomomsecrets.com, and I've gone through so many and you can watch the lives and go through it with me. So I just went through this book called Mind Shift. It's an incredible book. I've gone through books like The Magic of Thinking Big, The Power of Positive Thinking. I've gone through some incredible books. One of my most favorite books that I think will absolutely change your life is called The Power to Change by Craig Groeschel. But here's the new book we're going to start on Monday. Many of you ordered it, so you should be getting it in the mail. Otherwise, it's available on Amazon. It's called Worthy. It's by Jamie Kern-Lima. It seems like a very thick book, but it's going to be incredible because she came and spoke at one of our events. I got to listen to her speak in December, and she was incredible. And one thing she said is she goes, most people, they want better in their life. They want a better relationship or marriage or job or like body. Like they want to feel better, do better. They've got all of these things they want to achieve, and yet one thing holds them back. And she goes, people don't believe they're worthy, right? They know what to do, but they've got something that's holding their arm down from raising their hand or from stepping out in faith or for believing they can because somebody said something, right? And so, I love it. It's going to be super great. So this book, which is great because that's the day we're going to start. You guys, I keep all of the lives up. You can always come back and rewatch it. I'm not going to read the book to you. I'm going to go through it and give you a highlight. So for example, the first chapter says, you become what you believe you're worthy of. And I underlined that 3 times. I was going through the first chapter today, and I love this, and I started it. And she says, you don't become what you want. Like, what do you want to become? Who do you want to become? She goes, you become what you believe. So she's going to help us walk through some of maybe the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, the things of like, maybe you feel like you're stuck. Like, hey, I've always wanted to. There's things that have been holding me back, and it might be this word, worthy. So I'm going to go through it in the mornings, Monday through Friday for sure, probably Saturday. And you also have to give me grace because I am a homeschool mom of 4 girls and there's things that just happen. So I'm not going to give you a specific time. I would like to say I'm going to do the live around, let's say 8:30 Eastern time. Thursdays we have golf. So like there's things that it'll push a little bit later. If you catch the live, awesome. If you don't, you can always come back and watch the replay. They also will be on ketomomsecrets.com. So you can continue to tune in, reach out with questions. And then as we go through mindset in the morning, I also give you tips on net carbs, total carbs, fat loss, how to achieve your goals. What does fasting look like? How much water should I be drinking? Why do I need to be hydrated? What does it actually look like? So I'll give you tips along the way as well. For those of you who are asking about ketones, you can post trial in the comments and we'll chat about how these are amazing, how you can get them for cheaper, how they work in your body if you need a tool to help you get into ketosis or just to help you with your energy, focus, fat loss. So I want to say this. Thanks for tuning in. Your presence matters. I will send you a message if you've asked questions below. You can reach out to me personally and send me a message here on the Keto Mom page, and I answer all the messages. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.